What's up, guys? Welcome back, and this is part two, and we will be doing the artificial lighting, and we will be doing the shell popping out of the gun. So, if you did not watch the last part of the video, go ahead and go watch that. Or if you know how to do the muzzle flare and the blowback, you can just go ahead and watch this tutorial. That's what we got. So go ahead and open up After Effects, and this is what I was working on. We can go ahead and I'm gonna act like you guys just tuned in for my last video, so we're gonna jump right back in, and after we've done all this, we're gonna go ahead and hit this little up arrow, and then we're gonna go, and you absolutely need After Effects for this part. Or as far as I know how to do, um, go ahead and it should be like a number 18 of disk 2 or file 2 or whatever you guys want to call it, and we're gonna go ahead and import that entire folder. It shouldn't take that long. Okay, once we have that, hit the little drop down arrow, and first thing, if you click the top one, it should be the 8mm slow, which is, I don't know why this is an 8mm, because I'm fairly certain that that's like what the Car 98 shoots, but I'm not 100% certain. But that's just like your basic rifle shell. But one thing you may notice, it's slow motion, which means it spins much slower for slower, you know, videos or slower scenes, I guess. But it's a rifle. We don't need a rifle shell. So we're gonna come down to the 45, which is, you can morph it to your basic pistol shell, but as you can see again, it's slow motion. So if you come down to these normal ones, it's gonna be less detailed and much faster in the spinning. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and use number 2. So go ahead and hit that little X up there, and we're gonna do the same thing that we did for the muzzle flash. If you should know how to import these videos. No. We're gonna click on this one, import it. Right. I don't have my little indicator up there, so I hope this is right. Nope, it wasn't. So I'm actually gonna hit Control Z, and there we go. I forgot to drag this back over here. Now we can drag it. There we go. Okay, this is where you really need to pay attention. First things first, we're actually gonna go ahead and size this thing down to around a 9mm. I actually want to get it to where it fits it like perfect, and it should be, nah, that looks pretty good, except it's good to know what kind of gun you got. Like, I know this is a 9mm Beretta M9, shoots a 9mm, and some of you may have like a 45 Colt or something of that nature. And a 9mm is a little bit thinner and kind of long, more slender, and 45 is going to be much fatter and kind of stubbier for its size. Alright, once we have that done, pay attention. So we're going to hit this drop down arrow on the 45 cal, go down on transform, and we're going to hit the stopwatches on position, scale, and rotation. Pay attention. Make sure you hit next frame. We're going to go forward 4 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a little bit glitchy. And you know what? Just for the heck of it, let's go forward 1 more frame. Okay. So once we've done this, go ahead and kind of zoom out. And then we're going to drag it out of the scene, because if we leave it in the scene, it's going to sit there and spin and look retarded. But what I can do is, I'm trying to think. Yeah, we're gonna drag this where you want it to land in the long run. So I'm gonna have mine land kind of like behind. where it shot. Next, as you probably can see them, these little dots right there, these fatter dots. See how that one's like really tiny, that one's a little bit bigger? That's what we want. We want the big ones. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm actually gonna hit selection tool. I'm just gonna bring this up on the shells if you haven't done that already. And we're gonna give this a little bit of curve because the bullet isn't gonna fall straight out of the gun. So go ahead and give it a little bit of curve. And this one is the one you really want to pay attention to, because this is if you've ever shot a gun, you know that the bullets go pretty far up and to the right generally. But since we can't really calibrate it going into us, we're actually gonna bring this up as pretty much as far as we can get it. Maybe right, that looks pretty good. So get that to how you like it, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna follow its trajectory and over the course of 5 frames. And but another thing is the shell is gonna be going extremely fast to these things. We don't really want that. We want it to be a little bit slower, or actually a lot slower. But first off, we're gonna kind of I know there's a better way to do this, but this is the only way I know how to do it. All you're gonna do is click on this. You drag it a tiny bit. Crap. Try and drag it back the best you can. What the heck? Oh, never mind. Okay. So what that did is it gave us this little stopwatch down here. I know there's a better way to do that. I just don't know how to do it personally. Next, we're going to hit W and just kind of rotate it. We're going to rotate it ever so slightly and then try and rotate it back. And that's going to give us another stopwatch down there. What we're going to do is make sure you have this one selected on the position. And we're going to make it go like this, and you're going to see more little dots. That's a lot. I think right around there would look pretty good. Okay? And you can go ahead and mess with that the way you want it. And rotation, no, this is scale. You can leave it alone. And rotation, basically smaller, or the more left it goes, the more faster it's gonna spin, but it's gonna be a lot slower if you move it to the right. So I'm actually gonna leave it there, and that's all we need to do for that. Except we're gonna do one more thing. But go and hit this up arrow. It's gonna bring it up all the way. See this little toggle switch modes right here, right above the Minecraft symbol. Go and hit that, and where it has that little ball, we're gonna click that, and all it's gonna do is add motion blur, and we're gonna click it back. And there we go. That is how you do the whatever. I forget the thing. The motion blur on the shell. Yeah, so we just kind of did a good amount of work for probably your first or second time. So we're gonna go ahead and save all this, and then we'll do the lighting, because I've done this many a time where you're messing with it, you get it done, you're trying to do the lighting, and it's gone. So go ahead, and we're gonna go to composition, add render queue, and it's gonna open this up right down here. Yours will probably look a lot different. It won't look a lot different, but it'll have this unchecked, and over here it'll probably be empty. And go ahead and select that, and it should let you choose where you want it to go. After you've done that, just hit render. It shouldn't take very long at all. And then you get to view your masterpiece. I am happy with that. My stupid cat just knocked over my box. Thor! Get out of there! Ah, dumb cat. Okay, it's done. That's loud. Okay, once it is done, you can go ahead and hit this little X right here, but don't exit out of this yet. We're gonna minimize it, and then we're gonna go into all of our folders and crap. And and I know mine is right here. Just make sure you have it before you exit out, because you might need to re-render it or something. Looks pretty good. Except the shell went much faster than what I wanted. Note to self. Other than that, it looks good. So what we're going to do now is we can go ahead and exit out of all that. Go back to After Effects. Go to File. New. We're going to go to a new project. And we're not going to save this because we've already saved it. It's going to take a second, and there we go. Now, go import. You should know how to import. Go ahead and go to wherever that video was. Great, now we're going to drag this back into there. Okay? Now we're going to go ahead and duplicate the layer, which is Control D. And we're going to go ahead and rename the top one Light. We're going to rename the bottom one Back Layer. Okay. Now we're going to go to where, because the flash lasts for 2 frames, so we're going to go to where it's going to be for the first frame it happens, which is right there. Cool. Next, we're gonna go ahead and make sure the light layer is selected. We're gonna go ahead and get the pen. No, we're not. We're gonna go to where it says mode normal. We're gonna add light, or it's gonna hit add. It should look all brighty and such like that does. After you've done that, go to the pen tool. And it's kind of hard to see right now, but go ahead and just draw a tiny little square anywhere if you can't see what you're doing. I know that mine is, and you're just gonna draw a mask where the lighting is. Ah, crap, I messed up. Thank you, Control Z. And it's okay if it's smaller, cause we're gonna add feathering, which is gonna make it bigger. And that's a really simple process that I'll show you how to do. Now, why is that not connecting? Yeah, let me restart on that. Years should connect. There we go. Now we can see again, and this is gonna look different. And go ahead and add lighting on places like your face. You don't want to make it too jagged. You want to kind of give it a little circularness. Yeah, circularness. Melon lebe, whatever. And that didn't look nearly as good as I wanted it to. You can mess with that around with that, and it might take a while. Maybe like down on my neck. Maybe like on my skateboard. Maybe a little bit like on the wall. You know what? That looks really fun. Whenever you're doing like a slow motion shot, you're gonna want this to look much better than what I'm doing. I don't really care, so I'm just kind of putting it in there. Okay, once it's like that, we are going to go ahead and first things first, you can go ahead and do like the same thing we did with the slide, but we're gonna make this last for 2 frames since the muzzle flash lasts for 2 frames. Frames. Flames. That is quite humorous. Okay, now we're gonna come down, hit this little arrow, go down to masks. Oops, masks. Make sure you have light selected and mask 1 selected. Or actually, we're going to drop down mask 1, and we're going to select mask 1, and we're going to select, make sure it looks like this. We're going to drag it down, then hold, make sure you can see your very last mask, hold shift, and then click on your last mask. And now it's going to highlight all of that, and basically what that means is whenever we mess with these little options right here, it's going to mess with all of them, so we don't have to go through each individual one, which you can if you want to. That's a little bit more advanced, so we're just going to do this. And right now it looks very jagged, but if we add feathering, it blends it in. So the amount of feathering you want is solely dependent on what your personal taste and your surroundings and stuff like that are. Ah, crap. What the heck? Let me redo that. But yeah, so I mean, you could add no feathering, or you could add, 100 plus feathering. I'm gonna go ahead and add kind of around 50 works for me. And then the only other thing you can mess with the expansion, which basically makes the masks bigger or smaller. And you can go a lot, and you can just fill it all the way up. And then you might bring it all the way back and be like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. That's okay. Just bring it up to 0. And it'll go back to the way it was. Really? Just one more. You know what, whatever, that looks fine. Then opacity. This one isn't really tricky or anything. All it is really how powerful the lighting is. Man, I did it again. Go all the way down, hold that. Sorry, messed up a little bit. And yeah, opacity is just how bright it is. I leave mine at 100. You might want to leave yours at 5. It doesn't really matter. And once you've done that, you're good to go, brother or sister or whatever. There you guys go. Thank you guys so much for watching my tutorial. Don't forget to go watch all my other videos and check out my other channel, Loud Owl Productions, which I don't know. I mean, it's Loud Owl Productions, Owl with 2 O's, all caps, no spaces. And I don't have any videos on it yet, but I'm working on it. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. And Crazy Gringo is out.